Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 30th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great Sunday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map for your location as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few other products they offer, plus the storm reports that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center as they tracking two possible systems in the tropical Atlantic. Also, don't forget to watch this entire video all the way through, and also check out my earlier video I did earlier this afternoon. I go into more detail on the tropics and also on, in fact, Invest 96L. And also 97L as well. So if you wouldn't mind, go back and check that out. I go into more detail in that forecast. Okay, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to it if you do not mind. Also, if you like these forecasts, also hit that subscribe button. Also, like these videos and share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Okay, conditions extending from Quebec, Canada, down to Montreal, back towards Chicago, Illinois, portion of Wisconsin, well, through Wisconsin, and a portion of Minnesota, down through portion of Illinois, through Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, back through West Virginia, through Kentucky, Tennessee, just northwest of the Atlanta metro area, and northwest Georgia, through portion of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, back over toward Dallas, Texas, over to Oklahoma, Kansas, and much of Texas as well, down in the portions of northern and central portion of Mexico, excuse me. Also dry conditions expected over here around Los Angeles and also San Francisco. Also toward the Seattle, Washington area, toward Vancouver, Canada, in the portion of Nevada through Idaho and portion of Montana. Also in the southern portion of Canada and southwestern Canada as well. Alright. We got showers and storms over portion of northwest Mexico and also in the northern portion of the Gulf of California, through southern California, through Nevada, all the way over toward Denver, Colorado, all the way up toward the Montana, right along the Canadian-U.S. border, also in the port of Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, through Iowa, all the way down in the port of Arkansas and Tennessee. Also, we got showers and storms extending from Houston, Texas, all the way toward the Gulf of Mexico, also toward the Panhandle of Florida, down toward the Florida Keys, Miami, Florida, through around the Atlanta metro area, southeast of you guys. Also through Columbia, South Carolina, up toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York. Also over toward Toronto, Canada, New Hampshire, and also up in the portion of Maine. Boston and New York may get in on some shower activity as well for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to your Tuesday forecast. As you can see, we got quiet conditions there from Quebec, Canada, all the way down to Montreal, Toronto, Canada. Also in the port of Maine, Boston, New York, and the port of New York State as well. All the way over toward Wisconsin, port of Minnesota, through Chicago, Illinois, through Ohio, port of Pennsylvania, toward Washington, D.C., through Virginia, North Carolina, port of Tennessee and Kentucky, through the Atlanta metro area. Also in the port of Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, ports of Kansas, Oklahoma, toward Dallas and Houston, Texas area as well. Also central Texas. Also down in the northern Mexico and central Mexico as well. Portion of the Gulf of California. Also toward Los Angeles, San Francisco, toward Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Idaho, Montana, back toward Vancouver, Canada, southwestern Canada as well. Alright. We got showers and storms over here in portions of New York State, down to Pennsylvania, over toward Philadelphia region as well. Also down toward the Outer Banks of North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, through southeast Georgia. Also down into the Big Bend area of Florida. And also down into Miami, Florida as well. Showers and storms extended from northern Alabama, Mississippi, all the way through Iowa, over in the portion of Minnesota. Right along southern Canada there as well. Also right along the Canadian-U.S. border from Minnesota all the way North Dakota and portion of Montana. Also back into Wyoming, back into portion of Nevada, back into portion of northern portion of the Gulf of California, back through Arizona, New Mexico, and northwestern Mexico as well. All the way back up toward Denver, Colorado. In the red slashed area, there may be some heavy rain and flash flooding possible just around the Denver metro area for your Tuesday. Alright, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Sorry about that pop-up. We got scattered showers up here in portions of the southeast Canada, from around Toronto, Canada, down to Ontario and also Montreal. Also over here, portions of southern portions of Canada as well, southwestern Canada. Scattered activity over Montana, back in the portion of Wyoming, also back over to Iowa, and also in the portions of South Dakota. Also in the portions of a little bit more widespread scattered activity in Wyoming, also back into Colorado, in Arizona, and also portions of New Mexico as well. A little bit of scattered activity down in the Gulf of California, also northern Mexico as well. More widespread showers and storms then from Mississippi all the way into Georgia, and also into South Carolina there as well. A system called 97L, which is located just east of Morehead City, about 100 miles. We'll continue to move on off to the east-northeast. We got scattered activity up here in portions of Pennsylvania, West Virginia to Tennessee as well, North Carolina, and some in South Carolina as well. Scattered activity over the Florida Panhandle through Florida, also over toward northern Cuba. Scattered activity around Puerto Rico, western and central portions of Cuba. Scattered activity in the Gulf of Mexico. Showers around the Hawaiian chain island. Got a few scattered showers in Alaska, and Guam radar currently looks good at. All right, let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. As you can see here, we still got the heat advisory for much of Florida, also southern Georgia, southern Alabama, much of Mississippi, much of Arkansas, much of Louisiana, much of Texas, central and eastern Texas, and southeast Texas, that is, much of Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, central and southern portion of Kansas there as well. We got some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing, for southern Georgia. Also some special marine warnings for coastal areas there as well, and also severe thunderstorm warnings also in effect for the Panhandle of Florida, also over here in portions of Mississippi. Also, we got an excessive heat warning for portions of the Florida Panhandle, over here in portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, northeastern Texas, southern portions of Kansas there as well. We got, let's see, air quality alerts over here in portions of Colorado, and also over here in portions of Arizona, a little bit in portions of Oregon. We got a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing up here in portions of South Dakota, and also eastern portions of Wyoming, with some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings as well there, and also in Montana. Flood advisory for a county there in portions of New Mexico for a storm that's producing a lot of rain. Heat advisory for portions of Southern California. Also, we got fire weather watches in effect for portions of Montana. Red flag warnings there as well for Idaho, also in the portions of Oregon and Washington State as well. All right, Alaska still got a special weather statement for you guys. Also, you still got coastal flood statements for the Hawaiian chain island, and the south side still got gale warnings for you guys as well. All right, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview and the other products we'll be discussing. All right. You can see there's that line of showers and storm moving through central South Carolina all the way down into Georgia, back into Alabama, and also Mississippi, down into Florida there as well. You can see a little bit of glimpse of 97L as it pulls away from the radar site. We got showers and storms also scattered about in Canada. Also a little bit up here in portions of Pennsylvania and Ohio as well. Scattered activity, like I said, over here in portions of Iowa, and also in the portions of Kansas, and scattered activity over portions of the southwest and also up toward the Montana region. There's that slight risk of severe weather, enhanced risk. That's why they got the severe thunderstorm watch there. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. All right, the convective outlook, there's that. Marginal risk for the Carolinas, Montana, and also in the south of North Dakota. Also, there's that slight risk and enhanced risk up here as well. Marginal risk over in Arizona and portions of California. All right, the current watches, northeastern portions of Wyoming and eastern portions of South Dakota. MDS, this current watch is possible in that region. All right, let's take a look at the storm report for this afternoon. Currently, as of this recording, we had 0 tornado reports, so that's good news. Wind report, we had 34, 0 was high. Northeast Florida, Panhandle Florida, Western Georgia, Central Alabama, Central Mississippi. Had one over here in portion of Montana, one over here in northeastern Nebraska. Alright, hail report, we had 34 of them, 5 were large. They were generally pretty much in portions of eastern Kansas, through South Dakota, North Dakota, and western portions of South Dakota as well. Total number, 68 as of the current recording. May go on up to about 100 maybe later on this evening and afternoon hours. Elevated risk for fire weather over in portions of Idaho, and portions of Nevada, California, Oregon, and Washington State. Now we're going to wrap it up with the National Hurricane Center. And we're going to take a look at these two little features here. You can see we're going to start off with this one here because it's got the highest chance. This was at 2 p.m. Central Tropical Atlantic, 96L. Showers and thunderstorm activity has become a little more concentrated. Just like I said in an earlier video this afternoon, it looked very well healthy and associated with area low pressure located about 700 miles northeast of Leeward Island. Environmental conditions are forecast to become mildly favorable for gradual development of this system over the next few days, and a tropical depression is likely to form the early part of this week. The system is expected to move northwestward at about 15 miles per hour during the next day or so, and then turn northward over the central subtropical Atlantic by late Monday or Tuesday. Formation chance is 50%, and also formation chance through 7 days is also at 70%. Alright, let's take a look at this feature here off the southeast coast, off the North Carolina coast that is. This is 97L. I went into detail about this one. Okay, shower and thunderstorm activity is showing signs of organization in the system with the trough of low pressure located about 100 miles southeast of Morehead City, North Carolina. Environmental conditions appear gradually favorable for some additional development over the next day or so as the system gradually accelerates east-northeast into the northwestern Atlantic Ocean. Afterwards, the system is likely to merge with a frontal boundary. Formation chance for 48 hours is 30%, and also again for the next 7 days as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not, and we'll catch you back in the next video. Have a great Sunday evening, and take care.